start with Coach and open it up.
I thought we had some spurts where we were really good, and then we obviously had a prolonged spurt where we were especially bad. And there was a couple things. Obviously, they got 31 of their 54 points off of our turnovers and second chance points, which has been a recurring theme that we've got to get straightened out before we start conference play.
What do you guys, you mentioned a little bit of it there, but conference play, obviously that's always going to be a focal point for you guys. How do you feel moving into it?
We've got a lot of work to do, and we've got to figure it out very quickly. And I think the good thing is, we control your own destiny, which is the good part about it. But we've got to fix a couple of these recurring themes.
The last time we talked, you mentioned that the offense was there. You guys were making shots. You need to improve defensively. Do you feel like you've done that at all?
Our first shot defense is fine, percentage-wise. We 29%, and that's including the putbacks. And we've got to get it where we rebound the ball. That's something that's a major, major problem.
Is that something that's front court related, back court related?
It's both. Everybody? It's both. Everybody needs to rebound the ball.
Zach, obviously, Jason just mentioned it, but becoming a 1,000-point scorer here, just what does that accomplishment mean to you?
It's a great accomplishment. A lot of players don't get to do it throughout their career, so it's definitely something to be proud of.
Coming off the steal there, too.
Yeah. So it's definitely something to be proud of. But like Coach saying, we just got to get better.
To do it at home and in a win, how much nicer is that? Obviously, you don't like to accomplish these things unless the team wins.
Yeah, definitely nicer on the win. Wish it could have been a lot prettier. Wish we could have played a lot better. But like Coach said, we got a lot of things we got to get better at, and we're focusing on that.
Coach, I feel like you touched on it a bit, but I think boards have been kind of a big in a lot of these non-conference games. And obviously you had some major height in there tonight. But what is the thoughts going forward in terms of getting our guys in position?
We're in position. We just don't pursue. That's part of the problem. We stand and watch, and we need to pursue the ball, and that's an aggressive deal, and that's something we can't do any more rebounding drills. We're going to start. We'll do more, but I don't know how many more we can do. But that's not necessarily a technique deal. I mean, there's some guys that have great technique and can't rebound. It's just a knack, and we don't have a knack for going after the ball right now.
How proud are you of Zach, obviously, with that 1,000-point? What does he mean to this team, and what does he mean to this program?
It's a tremendous accomplishment. I remember one of the first days I took the job and went down there and saw him, and to watch him develop and grow, it's a pretty cool deal.
Brandon, last time you and I spoke, you mentioned that you wanted to improve defensively. Do you feel like you've been able to do that, and what does the team need to continue to do defensively to get better?
Well, obviously we need to rebound the ball and just kind of make that our identity, is not worry about so much about offense, because we got a lot of players that can score the ball in multiple ways. So just got to keep locking in on defense, locking in our men, and figuring out how to rebound the ball. We're just taking steps, just trying to see what we can do, watch more film, whatever we have to do. Everybody just have to listen to coach and lock in. And first game of conference is Sunday, so just got to keep making steps forward to that.
For the guys that haven't been here for conference play, what do you say to them to try and get them ready for this long stretch that you guys need to finish?
Just taking it a game at a time, a play at a time. Just owning the moment, like just pursuing the ball, and every game counts. We want to we want to set ourselves up as best as we can for conference tournament, down the road or whatever. So we just got to take each game at a time and lock in each day.
As they made their run there in the second half, Jason mentioned you had another double-double with assists. I saw you a couple times yelling at guys to shoot the ball, but then down the stretch, when you started to go to the basket, that's when things started to go the team's way. What do you think happened in the second half or there was that lull where they made the run?
I just started being more aggressive. The lane was open, and I knew if I got in there, I could find my teammates. Nero shot the ball really well tonight. Carlisle spaced it well, CT, Zach. So just trying to find my teammates and trying to find the bigs on the duck end, just making plays as the game go along.
Coach, have you had a chance to look at Stetson yet? What is it that they're doing at this point in the season? Obviously, the first game is conference.
Well, they've got experienced guards. I mean, those guys were Vera Miles. Those guys have been there forever, and they're very. I think they're running a lot of the same stuff they did last year. They're very confident, playing pretty well. Had a real good game in Nebraska the other night. Almost pulled one out at Nebraska, but obviously they've been a matchup problem for us before.
Do you still think that this team can be a tournament team?
Yeah, I do. I mean, we can be. I think a lot of it's we've got to fix some things quickly, and I don't think if you're a finished product right about now, I think you've got problems. We're definitely not a finished product.
What do you say, obviously, 500, and now you're headed into the part of the season that's basically a clean slate. What do you say?
That's what we talked about. You know, it's 14 games right now to determine who's the best team in the league and regular season, and you only take them one at a time. So we'll start preparing for Stetson tomorrow.
Happy New Year, guys.
Anything else?
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks.